Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of the FinTech Hunting Podcast. We've got an amazing guest for you. She's an expert networker. She is a taco aficionado. She's a networking extraordinaire. She's a recruiter. She's a social media rock star. But more importantly than all of that, she is a dear friend. Please help me welcome back to the show, Dalila Ramos. Dalila, welcome back.
Thank you so much, Michael. I love how you announce me as your guest. I feel special.
You are special, and I couldn't be more excited to have you. We've been running fast and furious. You've been at conferences. I've been at conferences. The
Yes,
last time we saw each other was the
yes,
gathering. Tell me a little
yes.
bit about how secondary was, and more importantly, though, why are these face to face personal conferences still so important?
Absolutely. So again, thank you for having me on. Why is it so important? Um, because showing up is important. Showing up is like half the battle. G.I. Joe.
No, but you're right about showing
Yeah,
up is critical because and it's
yeah,
not just, hey, I was in attendance, but it's showing that you're committed to the industry, showing that you're
correct.
committed to learning, showing that you're
Yes.
committed to building relationships.
Yes, absolutely. Showing up, um, people will see you, people will connect with you, conversations, and this is how it starts. People are more open and receptive to a face-to-face conversation because we are still human, and that's like how the good Lord made us, right? To human with each other. And they're more open to sitting with you somewhere in the eighth floor of the Marriott Marquis and talk and catch up and then versus taking a virtual Zoom call with you or just an old school phone call. For whatever reason, face to face still works.
So talk to me. We say face
Hmm.
to face still works, face to
Yeah.
face is still important, but talk to me how if you do digital right and if you do social right, that live person to person, face to face meeting is
Yeah.
at a whole different level.
Yes, there is a way to maneuver that where you do it right. And it starts with being consistent, being visible and being consistent. So if you're consistent with your visibility, with your, whether it be your messaging, your videos, whatever you decide to do to brand yourself, if you're consistent with it, it again develops uh, this relationship. I learned this from Julian Sato, and I think the number is 13. It's a neuroscience thing.
Okay.
Your brain does not know the difference between us being in person live than what we're doing here, Michael. And it takes the brain apparently like 13 times to see you before it recognizes, oh, I know her, but you've never met her.
It's really interesting. And I think
Yeah.
what I have found is when you do it right digitally, then it's like almost like a homecoming. Even if it's
Yeah,
someone you haven't ever met in person before,
correct.
there's now a whole different level of trust. There's a
Yes.
whole different level of expectation. They're excited to see you. They want to talk to you.
Yeah.
You always have so much great insights and you do such a great job of networking and balancing those two because we can't be live and in person with everybody. So
No,
we
we
still
cannot.
have to leverage digital and social media. What are some of the other trends you're seeing on social? Where are people leaning in and doing a good job? Where do you say, wow, I think people are really missing the boat?
Let's see. So I do see on other platforms other than LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is my jam, just like it's your jam, right?
Yep.
But I see people now really educating on TikTok. TikTok
Yep.
is really the place where you want an answer if you're looking for a specific answer to something, um, or to educate yourself. TikTok is becoming a platform, and you have a lot of realtors on there. You have a lot of loan officers educating the average consumer about rates, about products, about down payment assistance. There is a huge debate on TikTok whether renting versus homeownership, and it is becoming like super heated, by the way. I
Well, but
mean,
there's
it's
there's great
crazy.
insights there, and like we
Yeah.
always talk about, adding value to people
Hmm.
is absolutely critical. So we're talking social, we're talking about putting yourself out there. Walk me through how you add your personality to it, how you humanize
Oh,
what you do, and so we're not always talking just mortgage, but that it moves the needle for what you're trying to accomplish in business as well.
I think my brand, the tacos, number one, is a big thing. My brand is a big thing. Um, I'm at the age now, being a middle-aged woman, where I'm very comfortable and confident in who I am and how I move. At this point of my life, I'm not going to change. So either I use laughter. Laughter is a big one,
Yep.
to communicate and kind of reach others. It's universal. Um, but again, honestly, it's just being myself. And always, for me, I only do one take on Taco Tuesday, or even on the Amplify videos. Like, I make it a point to tell the guest or the client, hey, I'm just going to do this one time. Unless something really bad happens, I'm not stopping this. This is go time.
We are in
Hmm.
total agreement on that.
Yeah.
We didn't get in this business to be video editors for 12 hours
No.
or 20 hours a
No.
week, and
Yeah.
we didn't have to spend all this time on graphics. So it's important. And what I find in those one takes, you just have a genuine conversation with people. And
Absolutely.
you talk and you share, and who cares if there's an or if a dog barks or
Yep.
something like that.
Correct.
Then everyone knows that and they can relate to you because they've all experienced those things.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely.
All right, well, I want to give you another shout out. You do all this great stuff with videos and Taco Tuesdays and on social media, and you just have a real aura around you when you're in live and in person at these events. There you go, a little aura, a little behind. But another part of your business that I think all of that really helps is you also do recruiting. And I know you hate the term recruiting,
Do.
but I think it at least gives people kind of a point of reference. You're really more of a relationship builder. You're more of a networker. You're more of a matchmaker. Talk
Yes.
to me about that
Yes.
side of your business for a second and what's going on in the market, and where are the biggest needs for filling
Okay.
the right roles.
So, yes, I do a lot of relationship, aka recruiting. I don't like to use recruiting. It's not a word that I like, but um what I do, because I am visible and people see me on a weekly basis, they develop trust. And a lot of my audience are loan originators. And they do reach out to me to either look at an offer letter, to run um maybe a company that they're looking at by me. It happens at least on a weekly basis now. And people are looking for their next opportunity, because it could be that they don't want to be pigeonholed by their company. I had a candidate who told me they were being pigeonholed by their organization because they only focused on a certain demographic of people, and they were tired of that.
Okay.
Okay, some real stuff here,
Right.
right? They wanted to dip into other areas and really expand themselves. You also have people that are leaving the old school retail sector, and they are now jumping into the broker world, which is a
Whole
whole new,
different
yes,
expectations. Talk to
yes.
me on the flip side. You do a great job of the matchmaking, connecting
Hmm.
people, but counsel, because I know that's what you take a lot of time doing. You counsel
Yeah,
people. Talk to me about how do you help someone decide? Because the grass is not always greener on the other side. Sometimes they're just making an emotional decision, and
yeah,
sometimes they probably should stick with the current company, and
yeah.
sometimes they move. So, how do you kind of walk them through and help them through that process?
I just listen. I just listen sometimes. They just need a sounding board, and I'm their sounding board. And I don't, when I counsel someone, or you've expressed to me that I should be a coach. I don't see myself as a coach like you do. But I do counsel quite a few people in our industry. I even have CEOs that have reached out to me for guidance and
Okay.
counsel.
That
It's crazy. you
whether
know?
that's coaching, whether that's counseling, whether that's mentorship.
Yeah,
What people are doing is they're coming to you because you have a certain set of skills and traits that they need to know more about, whether
right.
that's recruiting, whether that's social, whether that's influencer marketing and promoting an event or whatever it may be. You bring that to the table. And when people understand that, they're like, hey, can you help me here? Can you find a candidate for me? Or a candidate saying, hey, they're like, you wouldn't believe what happened at work, blah, 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 blah. And then they're really looking to you to say, what should I do? And I know you and I have talked about this quite a bit. You rarely ever answer that question of, well, you should go here or you should go here.
I
It's
don't.
you
Yeah.
give them what to think about, and they've got to then learn to, that's mentoring. That's showing
I
them the way, and you do a great job of it.
Thank you, because at the end of the day, these people, a lot of them are people that I actually know. They could be friends of mine, people I've worked with in the past in a different company. And so not only do I know their families, their children, I know a little bit of background about them, I am in no way going to place someone that I know that's not going to benefit themselves or their family. At the end of the day, that's a choice between them and the good Lord, and all I do is connect, and that is it. I do not sway. I do not have to convince, none of that. I just connect you. And if it's a good fit and you move forward, then great. And if you don't, we're going to still be friends and I'm going to still be here for you.
Well, and I think that's why people keep coming back to you. You're not trying to shove them
Yeah.
into a company because you've got to fill
No,
five more numbers. You're not
correct.
trying to sell them, oh, I think they have great technology. You're giving them the facts and you're
Yep.
helping them make an informed decision. And employers love that too because they want people that are good fits. They don't want to just fill a role. They may say they do. And then a month, 2 months down the road, that person can't do what they need them to do. Nobody wins there.
True. Nobody does. So, yeah.
So let's get in back into video a little bit, right? Because
Okay.
you're great at video. You and I partner. We do a lot of videos
Yes, we do.
together. We've got some very exciting things that we're not going to quite announce today, but we have some really cool things coming up at MBA Annual that will be
Yes, we
in
do.
Denver. That will be October. You've got NAMBA coming up. I know you've done an incredible job of promoting that. Kind of give a shout out to NAMBA, and then let's talk a little bit about the power of video.
Yeah. So I will be attending NAMBA. That's August 21st to the 23rd right here in Orlando. It's actually like a few minutes to where I'm currently at right now. And so I'm looking forward to that. And the power of video. Oh, what can I say? Um, I tell people when they ask me, and sometimes you and I share clients, you have your clients, I have my set of clients,
Yep.
and what I basically tell them is the way that we absorb information, how we are accustomed or how we grew up absorbing information, whether it be old school phone call, whether it be mail, flyers,
Email,
that
whatever it
it's
may be.
not even email, just like old school, right? Oh,
Yep.
it's gone. It's like almost gone. And people are looking, the number one search engine is Google. Number two is YouTube. YouTube is a platform full of videos, which shows you, again, this is data you can research, shows you that how people are now absorbing information. And the majority is video now. And it's not even to a certain generation like Gen Z, it's even millennials. Me as a Gen Xer, we are now absorbing information via video, just how it
Right.
is.
And I think the other power of video is it humanizes and people can see your passion. They
Yeah,
can see what you get excited about. They can see your stink face, as you would say to me every once in a while, right? I mean,
you
they
do.
see those expressions, but I think it makes us all much more relatable,
It
right?
humanizes us, absolutely. You get an opportunity to get to know someone, even though you live across the country,
Right.
right? It gets to say, now it could, videos also, you got to be careful with video too and how you use it, right? I tell people all the time, you know just because someone is putting content or video out there doesn't mean that they are a subject matter expert. So make sure if you are following someone who is educating you, it could be on home ownership, it could be on fitness, it could be on financial wellness, right? Just make sure you do a quick research and make sure that they're actually someone that can give good, sound advice and is a subject matter expert. Because one of the things I do see a lot is that people are speaking from feelings, and feelings are not facts,
Yep.
Michael. Yeah.
No, you make an excellent point because
Yeah.
there's a lot of disinformation out there too. So you got to make
Yeah.
sure you're going to the experts for what you need. If I need
Correct.
to know credit, I'm going to go to Sue Buswell because Sue knows credit.
Yes.
And so I don't need to
Yeah.
comment on it. She knows it. We're going to go to an expert. If I want to really have a high picture of what's going on in the markets, I'll go to KP and I'll
Yeah.
listen to see what he's saying in his observations. So I think you make a great point.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other things that I don't think many people talk about when we talk about videos, and I know this is something that is near and dear to your and I's heart, is they think that, okay, I've got to start doing videos. I can just start doing videos and it's going to happen. Talk to me about the power of influencers and people that already have a built-in community, a built-in network, a
Yeah.
built-in tribe of people when people are
Yeah.
trying to get their voice out. Why does it help to partner with somebody like Dalila or Michael or us combined? Why do people do that, or why do they think they can just do it all on their own?
Because what people don't understand is that typically who they're wanting to, their target audience, or who they want to pitch, or the eyeballs they want seen on their content, you have to build that. You and I have built that organically.
For years.
Our For years, and it's taken years. I mean, at the end of this year will be 5 years I've been doing tacos. Taco Tuesday, eating
That's
tacos every
awesome.
single Tuesday, right? But it took years to build that organically. And so, because it was organically built, the engagement is there. It's very heavy, followed and viewed and commented, right?
Comments and yep.
So, if you have the time frame, please, I encourage you to grow your platform and your social media following organically. But if you do not have that time to wait 2 years, if you are a startup that's looking to really see an ROI in
Or
six
you've
months,
got a
then
new
you're going to have
product
to,
or an offering
yeah,
that you need to get in front of people because
correct.
time is critical.
Yeah, you're going to have to partner with someone like us in order to get the views and the eyeballs on your product and what you're trying to launch. It's if you can make all the content in the world, but if you have no eyeballs on it, what's the point? It's nothing. It's wasted time.
I love it. And it's so true. I always tell people you two of us could have the exact same post, and if one person has one follower and the other has 20,000 followers, the
Yeah.
person with the 20,000 followers has much more credibility.
Yep.
You can say
Absolutely.
that's not fair. You can say they have more reach, they have more engagement. And I think
Yeah.
that's probably the greatest value proposition that you and I bring to the table is because we
Yes.
have put the time and the effort and organically built this. Last year, our videos got over 1,000,006, almost 1,000,008 views.
Yes. Yep.
So when people are saying, well, I mean, Delilah, can you help me? Or Michael, can you help me? And should I be on Taco Tuesday? And should I be on FinTech Hunting? And should I be on Amplify? And what can you do for me at these shows? I think it's us partnering with them, not only to help build up their following, but to get it in front of our audiences. That's the real magic and the real value.
Absolutely. Like I can't stress enough. It's like if you have this press release that you want, seen, or you have this new product or this technology, that's wonderful. But if you don't have the audience to learn about it, that they can see, that they can have access to it, what's the point? You just wasted all this time and money, and nobody knows how fabulous your product or you are. So you're going to have to partner with someone who has the platform that you're trying to, the target audience that you're trying to reach. And if you don't, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you anymore. I just
Hey,
don't know what to
then
tell you.
if you don't, I hope you pack a lot of patience and a few years to build it.
Exactly. It's so true. It's so true. And so, Um, but that's one of the things that makes us really, uh, it makes us successful in what we're doing. We operate, we do things together and we operate separately. And it's not easy. It's not for the weak. I will tell you that. I mean, you and I both have put in countless hours to build our platforms and our brand. And it's something that I know that you're passionate about and you take to heart, and I do, because one thing I am learning is I cannot partner with everyone. That's
Right.
maybe for a later time, but the amount of people that do come to me, and I appreciate them coming to me, right? But I'm not partnering or aligning my brand just with anybody.
Well, and I love that you brought that
Yeah.
up because we share common beliefs. We share
Yes.
common
Yes,
faith.
we do.
We share in,
Correct.
we have certain beliefs, characters, values
Yes.
that's why we're so in line. You may have different audiences. I may have different audiences. We may have different approaches. You know, I'm more of the movers and shakers, and you're more of the fireside chat, and we joke about that and everything. But I think that's why it's such a dynamic partnership of we can help people do this certain aspect of their business. We combine our networks and our tribes, and then you still build your incredible business doing your thing with recruiting and helping people. And I do my thing on the marketing side and on the sales side. And we just come and join forces and say, how can we help other people along the way?
Yep.
And think of how many incredible people we've met in this process.
Oh, absolutely. We've met such wonderful people that have really continued to partner and align with us and support our business. And, that is something that I advise people all the time too. If you're trying to grow, whether your numbers or your platform or whatever you're trying to do, if there is someone that aligns with you, there's strength in numbers.
That's
There's
right.
there's strength in numbers. Do not be afraid to collaborate with someone. Do not be afraid to partner with someone, because again, there's strength in numbers, and they could be adding to you what's missing, and vice versa. So, I mean, we did it years ago, and it's working, and it's still working. And it doesn't mean that you can't grow your own business. It's just
Exactly.
in certain parts of what you're trying to do, you can grow together. And I'm a big fan because I've learned so much from you.
Likewise,
And
Delilah.
yeah, I've learned so much from you. And I'm thankful to God that I will continue that. But I tell people all the time, you need to collaborate with other people that are either have grown or are ahead of you or ahead of the
Right?
game, and
And can
you'll learn.
complement what it is you do. And
Correct.
like we said, at the end of the day, share the same values and beliefs because that is
Yep,
critical. That's why there's great
absolutely.
alignment from the things that we're doing. We share our faith. We joke around about a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
someday you can share with more people the pigeon and taco story of mine and some other stuff. But we can laugh together. We work hard. We grind it out. There's days where we put in 14, 16, 18-hour days, but we're always here to help. We want to help other companies grow. We want to help people grow.
Yes.
If people are looking to find the right talent, go to Delilah. She's a
Thank
rock
you.
star in that.
Thank
Don't
you.
miss that opportunity. Delilah, if they want to get a hold of you, what's the best way they can get a hold of you?
You can send me a message on LinkedIn. All my contact information is updated. My cell phone's up there, and so is my email as well. So there's multiple ways to get a hold of me.
Delilah, my friend, I can't thank you enough for being on this episode of the FinTech
Thank
Hunting
you.
Podcast.
Thanks, Michael. Bye.